Hey, everybody, in this episode of Box Office Breakdown, I'm going to vent about how Valentine's Day ruined The Great Wall getting number 2 at the box office. Let's do it.
Welcome to Popcorn Talk, featuring movie discussion, news, and interviews. Popcorn Talk, we talk movies. And now, here's Popcorn Talk's Box Office Breakdown.
Hey, everybody, welcome to Box Office Breakdown here on Popcorn Talk. Of course, folks, this is a show where we look at the box office that was, and then we like to
prognosticate. How many of you in the chat did that too?
That's
who are
right.
watching this live? I know you did. You're all home and going.
Prognosticate.
Or, you know, those of you who are watching this later too, that still counts.
Exactly. About the box office that lay ahead. I'm one of your hosts, Frank Moran. You can follow me on Twitter at HappyGoJackie.
And my name is Kari Lane. You can find me online at Kari D Lane, Karidlane.
And, of course, we've got Neil in the booth.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
There we go.
I was scared, like, Neil's left us. Oh, no.
No, it just took me a second. I'm multitasking.
Oh, look at him. Look at him go. Now, folks, as always, you can like us on Facebook. Give us those 5 stars on iTunes. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Hop in the chat. Neil's been so kind enough to put the chat up so we can hear all your thoughts about this weekend's films or about movies in general. And, of course, Kari Lane loves nothing better than to go home, get a nice big glass of wine, pull up the YouTube and look at the comments
I
of
like
everybody
reading your
that's
comments,
posting.
though. I actually did do that late last night. I was going through all my old videos of Magicians, Emerald City, and whatever, and, like, replying to comments that, like, I could reply to. Because there's other comments where you're like, thumbs up. I don't have anything to say, or it's like, thanks for watching, or like, good comment, good idea. But other ones, I'm like, hey, wait a minute. Hold on. That's not what I meant. But that's interesting you interpret it that way.
What is your drink of choice as you read these comments?
Water.
Just water?
Tea.
Tea.
I like my tea late night.
Oh, a little
my
late
tea right now.
There you go. Oh,
I'm
all
right
right.
there with you.
Okay. Flavor of choice for this tea?
Depends what time of day it is.
Because you don't want something that's going to keep you up, right? So you want something that's
No, it's just caffeine. I need some intense caffeine to keep me awake at night. I've had too much caffeine in my lifetime.
There you go. Caroline, there you go. You can't stop her. Can't stop her.
Like, I could probably have an energy drink and then go sleep.
Ooh, let's put this to the test, folks.
Actually, something getting ahead of ourselves a little bit, but an interesting idea. Somebody in the chat, Sardru said, who's going to take Best Animation on the Oscars? You know what we should do? We should do predictions for the Oscars, too.
Ooh, that's a good call, too, as well.
Yeah, what do you guys think? Should we do
yes.
predictions for the Oscars? I think that'd be a fun idea.
And you know how you can let us know? You can put it,
Leave in the comments. Yay!
Kari will find out. There you go. Real quick, well, that's actually a good idea, so we should do that.
Oh, Metal Monkey says bourbon as I write them. As you write your comments, I dig it. Okay, fine. I guess if wine's all right. I like cider.
Oh, okay.
So it just depends what kind I have. Ace cider is amazing. And what's the other one? Blackthorn's pretty darn good, too.
Oh, look at that.
See, I know my ciders by now because I don't like beer.
It's cider talk here at Box
Yeah,
Office
it's
Breakdown.
cider talk, just in case you guys don't know about ciders. And this is alcoholic cider, not just Martinelli's. So Martinelli's is amazing.
Kari, also, you brew your own, correct?
No.
No.
That'd be pretty cool.
Oh, there you go. Why not just your own little mini distillery at home? So, folks, before we, of course, we have the box office bet. We'll be revealing the winner and loser of that bet in just a moment. But we'll look back at the top 5 at the box office. Coming in at number 1, again, second week in a row, the Lego Batman movie.
I think we both said yes.
Yes. I felt
we did.
I felt good about that one.
Yeah. I just love that. I mean, you guys probably can, and you often do go look at other ones. But I'm like, I like how we're always like, dude, I don't even remember.
Did we say? Is that what we said? All right.
I feel like we need to write it down. Like we write down the numbers, but write it and save it.
That's right.
We should type it, as a document on your phone or something like that. But yeah, I think we did. And family movie, most people I know have loved it. So
Yeah.
and really, a lot of DC fans, a lot of people who are fans of Batman think it's an excellent adaptation of that world. So that's pretty darn cool. I haven't seen it yet, so.
No. Yeah. Well, that's right. You've been busy.
I've had a busy weekend, so.
Yes. Well, all right, fine.
If you can get, in the chat room, Metal Monkey, if you can get Magners, I will meet, I need to remember. True Samurai Hero says Suicide Squad wins best makeup, I'm hoping.
Really?
Well, we'll see.
Oh, now, interesting. Okay.
And everybody's discussing the Oscars. All right, guys.
Nice. Look at that.
Yeah.
Stardew throwing that early pick in for La La Land. Mm-hmm. All right. Coming in number 2, the reason I'm so angry. Because Valentine's Day. And I don't know, what kind of day
Actually, both of us were like, it's going to drop off.
I thought so, too. And yet it did so well for Valentine's Day. Is this the movie you want to take your significant other too? Like this really boring.
So you get ideas for later.
But it's so dull.
I don't know.
It's so dull.
Did you see it?
I did not, but everybody that I read.
I was
just said
hearing, everyone's like, and that's it? Like, tame, pretty tame.
But, I mean, that Valentine's Day goose that I was not thinking that it would. I thought the bad word of mouth would have knocked it down, despite
Apparently
even
not.
the holiday. But, we got another $20.9 million. I still have zero desire to see this film.
Yeah, I don't probably care. Maybe later with the same friend I saw the first one with, so we can laugh at it.
Coming in number 3 was our subject for our bet for The Great Wall.
I think I actually said 3.
Yeah, I think so. So now, of course, the box office bet. I went. Guys, I'm not afraid to go to shoot for the stars.
Woo!
I went under that ledge. I went on that 25 million one. I was alone. I know, but I'm not feeling bad about that. Kari, you went with 16. So pretty much
I was
spot on.
very close.
Neil, I believe you went with 11, correct?
$11 million.
So wait,
Yes.
who's furthest between you two then?
Well, by $79,140, I win over Neil. So
Neil has to go see it.
And I will gladly see this movie.
now,
Right, I would want to actually as well. I had family stuff happen this weekend, so I didn't go to the theaters.
but despite even though I just barely eked out avoiding losing, I did go see The Great Wall.
But you did see it.
I did go
And?
see it because I was, for some reason, and I maybe just because of the trailers or just like the general hype, I don't want to do huge spoilers, but I'll just say I thought it was dragons. I thought it was dragons that they were fighting against in
They're
this
monster things.
film. They're monster things. But for some reason, I always thought it was just going to be dragons.
Oh, you thought specifically dragons?
I thought it was specifically dragons. So I was like, oh,
really?
all right.
Even with the trailer, you saw their thing. I don't know what kind of monsters they are, but
I
do they get into what kind of monsters they are?
They mentioned it, and I really didn't quite understand that part.
Okay.
I was like, what's the deal?
So you wanted Reign of Fire and wanted dragons, and then you got these other things.
These other things, and
Okay,
it's
okay.
not the art design, the art direction, everything is lovely, beautiful. It's a lot of colors in there. It's really cool.
It looks visually good.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just thought, and it sets up a really cool, a lot of cool ideas, and I feel like
Okay.
the third act it just doesn't tie it enough up together. That makes it very satisfying.
Okay, without spoiling it, I don't know if you can. Is Matt Damon like the white savior? Because that was the other thing that people are like. If it's generally like that's when people get upset on races. If the white man is like the savior, or if he's the one who is the main character, or something like that.
Yeah, it's and I forgive me for not knowing or remembering her name, but his female counterpart, she's awesome. I really enjoyed her in the
cool.
film, so that was cool. But it definitely feels like they are a society that's been dealing with this reoccurring threat for thousands of years.
Okay.
And I think they come by like a certain amount of time every year. They come back and they attack the Great Wall to kind of scourge the countryside to kind of punish them. It's kind of at least the fable.
Yeah.
So they've been dealing with this repetitively and have never been able to stop it. And I feel like now Matt Damon's introduced in this, and he's the one that kind of helps turn the tide. So I can understand why you can get like that white savior kind of complex about it. But I mean, it's not like a solo act by him as well. Certainly he does
Team effort, but brings in a new idea, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but it definitely is a team effort. And what I enjoy me some Willem Dafoe. I don't know why. I mean, other than for him saying like this is a director that I really like and would like to work with, I don't know why he was in this movie.
Oh, like how is it Jeremy Renner in Arrival?
Yes.
Okay.
Like
Could have been anybody.
It could have been anybody, and it's like, man, you've got Willem Dafoe. He's capable of so much more.
Okay.
And this is all he has. So, but if he's somebody that's really passionate about this director and wanted the opportunity, I mean, who am I going to slight him? I just wish that his character and his role had just been a little bit better.
Sky Patterson says the Great Wall monsters are freakish mutations of giant lizards.
Yeah, great, fantastic.
Okay.
No, but I felt like that at the end, everything happens at the big climax, and you're just kind of like, huh.
Or unlike 50 Shades, there was no climax.
That's so, man. Because we've been talking about this for months and months and months.
We saw the trailer way back when, and we were like, there was so much talk about it, people upset about it. Actually, a new headline. I want to say it's like Angry Asians, something. There's a new movie coming out, and like there was some article headline that's like actually played by an Asian. Like they were happy of like, okay, good, finally. So it's we've all talked about the, like issues people had with it ahead of time, but you enjoyed it.
Yeah,
though.
it was fun. It was fun to
Yes.
watch.
Okay.
I will say, like,
Fun action movie because it's also not real. Like, there's not some monsters we know over
Oh no,
there.
this is based on a true story.
Alternative facts. There's monsters at the Great Wall.
That's right.
All right. All right.
I will say Matt, and I enjoy Matt Damon. I don't know if I can't really think of like a movie, like a performance that he has. Maybe the movie's not great, but I can't ever think like a Matt Damon performance where like, that was terrible. And this one was fine, but I felt like his accent work was
Weird.
spotty. Because at the beginning it seems like he's Scottish, and then
It morphs.
And then it morphs into just him just talking like Matt Damon, and you're like, okay, all right, that happened.
I had that of I saw an indie film and they're supposed to all be British, but I'm like, I've been watching too much Downton Abbey that I'm like, no, there's a very specific type of British, and then the people in the movie all kind of had different British accents. I'm like, yeah. I noticed. I probably wouldn't have noticed except for having watched the other British show. So yeah.
Now, and see anybody else in the chat join me and decide to go see The Great Wall. Let's see. Metal Monkey says he is salivating for Logan.
Guy Patterson also. What do people actually want to see out of big blockbuster movies and original films?
Well, Metal Monkey,
you could go with Logan being in between.
And yes, and
In a way.
I told Kari and Neil that I had seen another film this week, and I happened to see Logan.
Oh, did you see advanced screening?
Yes. So I will say
Very exciting.
that was very exciting.
Yeah.
It, and I don't think it's like hard to reach. This is by far the best Wolverine movie. I don't think that's like a hard hurdle to jump over, for sure. But it's a really great film, and I feel like different than Deadpool. It definitely earns its R rating. But what I liked about it is just that, with a reduced budget, Hugh Jackman kind of taking less so they could make this film just like a tighter focus and just like a really good story. This is a really good conclusion to Hugh Jackman's run as Wolverine.
Okay.
I really enjoyed the movie.
Nice.
Yeah. And if you ever wanted to just see Wolverine just finally cutting loose,
Yeah.
man, you are not going to be disappointed.
Ooh.
It definitely, as I said, it earns that R rating. So
Okay.
it's fun. I mean, Patrick Stewart's great in
Yeah.
it. Man, it's just like he does. It's just a nice conclusion. If this is the last Patrick Stewart performance as
Right.
Professor X, great conclusion to that. If it's the last time for Hugh Jackman, another great conclusion. So it's just really well done. I'm very jazzed about it.
Good to hear that. I was gonna say everybody I've who've seen advanced screening as well loved it. So
I would think maybe that's just the better way that they should
excited.
do the X-Men films going forward. Is just do films with like maybe one main character and a couple like maybe like satellite figures, instead of trying to do these big huge epics, because I feel like those are falling apart for them. But like these, like Deadpool, a smaller cast of characters.
so good.
Yes, Logan, smaller cast of
Okay.
characters and a really good storyline. I feel like maybe that's the secret to success for Fox.
Would you say Little Monkey used the word modern Western? Would you say it is kind of a Western?
It definitely is. It has that
Okay.
kind of mapping about it. So
Okay.
yeah, people have thought about like spaghetti westerns in terms of how the structure is set up, and I could agree with that. Yeah. So
Okay. I dig Westerns though.
Yeah. No,
So-
it's. I mean, it's just that the music's good. The action is great. The performances are stand up. So really good. I think everybody's gonna be really surprised or pleasantly. Not want to say pleasantly surprised because you shouldn't be, but because it's Logan and it's Hugh Jackman.
Refreshingly surprised?
Refreshingly surprised. Yes, to finally see a really good Wolverine movie.
Cool.
Yeah.
Good.
So the only thing that's a shame is like, and they finally nail it, but it's like the last time that he's going to want to do the role. So.
Actually, yeah. But it's one of those, I haven't seen it yet, so I can't say. But from the trailer and like the real age of the actor and like where it seems to be, it seems like a good spot to end because I mean, realistically, he is aging, but Wolverine does slowly. So it's like he's not going to be young forever, that he can't do it forever.
Well, I think if
So-
anybody can beat the odds, it's Hugh Jackman.
I know, right? He could. Oh my gosh, yeah. But I think I haven't seen it yet, but it would be like from what you see from the trailer, it feels like it's supposed to be that satisfying. Like, all right,
Yes.
unless they're gonna do like a young Logan or something silly.
No, I mean it's he's too much of a popular character to not ever see him brought back on screen. It's just going to be a question of like
How?
who's
Yeah.
or who's going to be the next actor to kind of take it up and How
It'd
hard
be
is that going to
so
be?
hard to like replace him though. Same thing like Patrick Stewart, unless you're doing like a young version, which they've already done. So
Yeah.
it's like,
But I feel like James McAvoy, he was a good. Yeah,
I liked him as young Xavier.
Yeah. I would think like if you went back and you kind of did early days of a Weapon X with Wolverine,
Maybe, yeah.
and you got another actor, maybe
Might
a
be
little
hard.
less forgiving.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, although I guess like the toughest part is that
Mm-hmm.
you've seen him the way these X-Men films have been. You've seen him in all various different stages of his evolution.
Oh, the possibility maybe he could have a cameo in Deadpool 2. Deadpool 2. There we
They
go,
certainly
sorry.
are big fans of each other. So it would be cool. I think fans would love to see
Yeah.
the two interact. So,
Can we get the chat a little bigger, please?
oh,
Thank you.
there you go.
Not that big, or like.
That T is making Carrie's eyes.
No, it's
sleepy.
across the room, guys, and like, I want to read all your awesome comments. So, anyway.
Yes, as Metal Monkey says, as a fellow Aussie, good for you. Yeah, he's great. So definitely, it is. Go check it out opening weekend. It's I think and I've been reading the reviews like
Oh.
you have as well. A lot of great early buzz for this.
Okay. Well, Sky Patterson, is there like, did he say for sure? Said Wolverine. Sky Patterson in the chat said Wolverine will not appear in Deadpool 2. Wolverine may or may not appear in X-Force.
If he's not going to be in Deadpool 2, he's not going to be in X-Force.
Yeah. Why would they? Unless he said no, or the writers of it said no. I
Yeah.
don't know.
I mean, it'd be great to have just at least a little cameo.
Oh, Courtney in the chat says, should X-Men and Logan movies take a break? I feel like they overdid it with the movies. I mean, they probably should stop. Like, all right,
Yeah,
X-Men needs to take a break. 'Cause,
No,
yeah.
for sure. But I feel like
Yeah.
the hardest thing is like if you looked at popular mutant characters that you could do a solo film with, I feel like Deadpool and Wolverine are pretty much it. Maybe Magneto you could do a solo film with.
It's hard because so many of them, the whole point is that they're a team.
Yeah.
I mean, they could do the other teams that exist. There's other teams.
Yeah, it's just I feel like that's where Fox has gone wrong, where they just jam
Well, that's
so
why they're
many
doing
characters.
as a TV show. They got Legion,
Yeah, I think when they just
and they're doing Runaways on Hulu.
yeah, that's more Marvel. They're not really necessarily mutants, so a
No,
little
they
slightly
got
different.
powers.
They've got powers, but they're not necessarily mutants.
I don't think they can take a break with the rights that they purchased.
They've got a while before they'd lapse, though.
No,
So-
but I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think when they first bought the rights from to make motion pictures, and I think it was the same thing with Sony with Spider-Man, that they agreed to make a movie in that universe every like 3 years or so, or the rights would lapse.
Man, I'd be fine with that.
Okay.
Oh.
Well, okay, it's been a while since I read Runaways, but I thought they were mutant kids. Like they all have weird different abilities. Like they're not.
Well, one's an alien.
Oh, okay. So you've read it recently.
Yes.
Oh.
So one's an alien.
Cool.
One is just like a really good tech whiz. There's one that's
What's
a
the-
magician.
What's the girl who changes her skin tone and she has long blonde hair?
Yeah, she's an alien.
Okay, she's an alien.
Yes.
And then the one with the dinosaur.
Yes. Old
That's
Lace.
tech?
She's got that psychic link with
Okay,
it. So
well,
that might
that's
be
an
a mutant. Yeah. And then we've got
Okay, it's been a while since I read it, but I'm like, I remember.
and then we've got our girl who does magic.
But aren't they children of mutant people?
Some.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that counts of the same thing, like.
Well, but it's nice because they're not
mean,
underneath the
it's-
Fox umbrella. They're underneath
Oh,
Marvel.
I
So,
understand. Okay,
yeah.
I didn't understand where you're going. I'm like, what? I'm like, it's another thing. Well,
Yeah.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., it's like they finally had Inhumans eventually.
That's
I want
terrible.
mutants and abilities.
Yes, but as long
Yeah.
as Fox has that, we'll
Okay.
never get to see
I got it,
mutants
I
on,
got it.
on a Marvel show,
Okay.
which is frustrating because I'd rather see that than Inhumans. Because that's and I mean we're gonna get Inhumans the first few episodes in IMAX. So great,
Yep.
can't wait for that. An idea that, but regardless, go
Okay.
see Logan. Everybody, go see it. Go see it. You'll be very
Oh,
happy.
and yeah, the new Spider-Man coming out. I'm excited for that one.
Oh man,
Oh,
please be
it
good.
looks so good.
Please be
Makes
good.
me so
Please-
excited as a
please be
Spider-Man
good.
fan. But it is one of those you're like, please don't suck. Please don't suck.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it just that'd be. I would love if they want to reboot the X-Men, especially Fantastic Four, but also specifically the X-Men franchise. I'd love for them to get more involved with Marvel. I don't know if that's going to happen.
Yeah.
But if they decide to go the route of doing more Deadpools or Logans or solo character films, maybe they don't need to. But I don't know if I want to see a Cyclops movie. I don't know of any other X-Men that I'd want to see solo movies of. Do I want to see Cyclops? Do I want to see Colossus?
Cable. They were talking about Cable doing anything, but that would be X-Force. So that'd be a whole other. Again, that'd be a other thing.
But I only like X-Force. I mean, Cannonball's cool, but I mean that's with like the New Mutants, which they talked about doing that movie. But do I really want to? Do I want to see Boom Boom? Not really. Do I care about Richter? No. Do I care about Shatterstar? No. I don't need to see these guys on the big screen at all. Anyway, I'm going down this weird X-Force nerd
No,
hole,
it's all good. It's been a while. I have mine all in boxes at home that I need to
Oh,
reread.
nice.
So I've read some of the other ones, and I had I couldn't find it, but I'm like, I thought I had a big set of they'd wrapped up 1 through something for you.
Awesome.
I need to unbox all that stuff.
That's why I love going to a comic shop when they do that, where they put them all a little collection for you. That's cool. Then you feel like you're really getting a good deal. You're like, all right, just
or
a big
I just go to
meaty
my
amount.
library and I get they have a lot
That's
there.
true.
I'm reading through Attack on Titan, which that one has a manga, and that one is an anime. They're coming out with season 2 soon, and that's exciting.
Oh, nice. I keep meaning to both read and watch it, and
Do it.
there's just not enough time.
Watch
in the
it.
day.
It's a great time, Frank.
Oh.
You love it.
So good. Watch it and then read it, because if you read it, they don't include stuff in the show, and then if you watch it then read it, you'll fill in some gaps that were missed,
Oh, okay.
like small things.
All right.
But they're very similar.
Oh, nice.
Very, very much so. I felt.
All right. Neil, are you excited about Logan?
Oh, I am very much. I think he's a very strong character, and just having him out there doing the old man Logan stuff is I mean, that's what we all thought was going to happen years ago, when we're like, where's this going to end with Hugh Jackman playing Wolverine? And so it's really nice to see that Fox made a really good decision and put it in that he's aging and he's not healing as well storyline.
No, really, man, really good job by James Mangold on this. Very good.
Nice.
And Neil, I can't think of any other X-Men character I'd want to see a solo film. Can you?
It's
Probably
hard.
Storm.
Oh, someone in the chat said Storm too.
Oh, they
Yep.
did. Seeing a young Aurora growing up, growing up with her family and everything, and seeing that displacement that she had early on, that would be really cool.
Yeah, but man, it doesn't fill me with much promise after seeing the way she was in Age of Apocalypse. I'm like, oof.
But that's how they could reboot it and do it better.
Oh, please, you couldn't do any worse. You couldn't do any worse. Coming in at number 4, as we've gone on to our nice long Logan rant tangent there. Coming back to another awesome action film, John Wick Chapter 2.
Woo!
Look at that, $16.5 million. Still, man, I really enjoy that movie.
So good.
Yes. Oh,
Excellent action. Now that's an action movie that just long takes and wide shots.
yes.
I'm so happy. Just give me an action movie where we stay wide and we don't cut. I want to see it. I want to see them do it.
Absolutely.
It's like dance movies. Similar idea. It's movement. Dance movies, when they cut too much, I'm like, no. If I'm at a show, I see the whole space. Why are you changing it? And same thing, action. These people, it shows off how amazing the stunt performers are and how Keanu Reeves, how good he is when we actually get to see what they're doing.
For sure.
It's a disservice to them when it's cut, and we don't see anything. And then you're just like, well, cool, shaky camera shit. I hate shaky camera.
It's
I get people move, but if I'm looking at you, I don't see that movement.
Yeah, and it was because I did like when Paul Greengrass did it with the Bourne, whichever the second one was, and that where he kind of really introduced the shaky cam to it, and it was fun for that.
But when you're running, I can kind of, but then it just keeps getting worse.
It is. It does get kind of nauseating at times to watch. And finally, number 5, Fist Fight, Charlie Day, Ice Cube from Warner Brothers, $12 million. I've actually heard good things about this film, and I would definitely like to go check it out. Because they said just based on the trailer alone, you kind of feel it it's just one of those kind of sitcoms. But this one actually does better.
Did any of you guys see Fist Fight? Leave comments down below what you thought of it, or leave it in the chat room. We would love to hear your thoughts because we didn't see it.
That's true. And Kari will read that as she sips her tea.
It doesn't look like a bad movie. It just looks like a simple movie. It doesn't look like there's much to it, but it looks like it can still be entertaining.
Yeah.
Though I'm not rushing out to go see it because there's other great
Exactly.
things in the theaters right now.
Yeah. Do you have? Oh, someone said for I think it's Star Fry. I can't read Star something. Does it have larger gunfights in part 1?
I don't know. It's
I want to say it's as much and maybe more. It just keeps action going.
Yeah.
And there's new kind of stuff because they have car stuff.
No, because it's kind of a slow burn in the first film before they really get to stuff.
I think so, a little
And this
bit.
one, they come right out of the gate with an action
Yeah.
sequence because, like, all right, you know what the deal is.
Yep.
Let's just jump right into it.
So I want to say there's more action in 2.
There's definitely more. Yeah, I think so.
But it feels fine with the pace of it. Like, you go from 1, you go into 2, and you're like, yeah, this is... Because it just picks up where the first one kind of left off. That you're like, all right, cool, we're in the mode, let's go.
I'm trying to think, because people have actually tried to compare, like, the nightclub scene from the first one and then the outdoor concert scene from the second one in terms of just the amount of people killed, just the action. And I'd have to go back and watch that first one again because it's been a while.
It's been too long since I've seen the first one. I mean, I saw it when it come out, but I don't remember enough. But a lot of people die. A lot of people die.
Yes.
Say that. There's a lot of hired henchmen, and there's a lot of job openings now because they're all dead.
Yeah, but you know, it's like when I don't know, like who would want to go after John Wick,
right?
You know, because it's like either you like him or you think you can kill him, but like, man, his track record of like not being dead yet, and everybody else that's gone up against him being dead, man, I think if I was somebody that I had my cell phone on, all of a sudden I get that text saying, "Hey, guess what? There's a huge bounty." I would probably say like, you know what? I'm just gonna erase this
I'll
message.
pass.
I'm gonna delete this. I don't need to do it.
Somebody, Metal Monkey, you could watch 1 and 2, referring to John Wick, back to back, and it would feel like one long movie with an intermission.
That's true.
Sure, I
Yeah.
would. That'd be a good double feature.
Yeah,
Good
definitely.
action night. I felt, that's the other thing, when the first one came out, I felt it was the first action movie in a really long time where you got to actually see the action. And it was a assassin person who made sure the person was dead. Not just one shot in the shoulder and like,
double
oh, they
tap
get
it.
right back up. Double tap.
Yes.
Everybody always got like at least 2 shots. And you're like, thank you. Like it's absurd in the enormity of death that happens, but it's realistic. Because you're like, okay, yeah, no, I totally believe you are not going to get somebody come up behind you, and you took care of the body, and you're like really fighting, not just like, and fake.
Yeah, no, it's
So.
like you gotta make sure nobody that you've put down is coming back to get you. So double tap that, guys.
Yes.
So I'm all about double tapping, guys. That's all I do. International numbers, folks. Sadly, man, boy, in the big holdover weekend at the international box office, Universal Pictures' 50 Shades Darker maintained its grip on the number 1 spot with an additional $43.7 million in 59 markets. It's also a better hold than 50 Shades of Grey had in its first to second outing in 2015. Now, the overseas totals on that erotic noir is now $187.2 million, which includes the Valentine's Day play during the midweek.
That's probably smart they did on Valentine's Day.
Yeah. Man, the Tuesday take was actually twice as big as Monday.
Because it's Valentine's Day.
That's right. Oh, actually, really? That's where you want to take your date to? Like, if somebody said, like, Kari, like, if somebody wanted to take you to a date for that, wouldn't you think, like, I don't know if I wanted to go out with this
That's
person
what we
anymore.
watch at home. You don't need to go out in public and watch it. Just that's what you rent later.
That's right. It's, it's our special Valentine's Day ritual.
Yeah.
You know, we just put on 50 Shades.
No,
wait till
I'm
I
kidding. No. guys,
Some
no.
people like it in large groups.
Oh,
Right?
okay, yeah, there you
Well,
go.
that's what I mentioned last week of Anime Expo. You watched a panel at Faku's thing, and it was watching essentially animated porn with other people.
That's right.
And it somehow was okay. But you all kind of laughed because you're all in there together.
We're all watching
We're
sex
all watching
acts.
this together.
Okay,
Yeah.
great.
Okay. But it's also, I mean, but if you went to see any other movie that had a steamy sex scene, same
Yeah.
difference.
Well, I think the question is, I don't think you can see steamy sex scenes in a 50 Shades movie. From what I heard, it's just all dull. Mm-hmm. So I think, I mean, if you want to just see some really dull stuff, then I guess take your loved one to 50 Shades Darker. But despite it's after this whole week here, its global total has reached $276.9 million. Now, the Lego Batman movie used a kids' holiday in Europe to build another $21.5 million for a $72 million international total to date. And John Wick Chapter 2 is picking up off the lifetimes of the previous film in various markets with $31.8 million through this past Sunday, or through today. Also from Lionsgate, La La Land has tapped its way past $200 million in the international market. And thanks in large part to a jazzy run in China, where it's grossed $24.5 million in 6 days. And it's Paramount's the XXX's return to Xander Cage that's holding the number 1 slot for the second session in a row with $134.3 million over there in China. The offshore total is now $263.8 million. I think it bodes well to see another film in the XXX canon. Even though it didn't do great domestically, the international numbers are really good, and it only took $80 million to make.
Then they made their money back there.
Yeah. And also Split is nearing the $200 million mark for its global threshold, so that's doing well as well. And I saw an article, I didn't get a chance to read up on it though, but Disney and Universal talking about co-producing a sequel to Unbreakable.
Oh, that would be interesting.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens with that. So, of course, folks, we've got the box office bet coming up shortly, and we've got 3 fantastic films for you to bet on. We've got Collide, an action movie there with Nicholas Hoult. We've got Get Out, a horror film directed and written by Jordan Peele. Been hearing really great things about that. Some friends of mine saw a screening while I was seeing Logan. They went and saw a screening at Get Out, and man, they really enjoyed it. And then we have Rock Dog, an animated film from Lionsgate. So those are the 3 films that you feel free to bet on there. I know Rock Dog's got a voice by Lewis Black, is one of the voices in there. So Collide, Get Out, and Rock Dog. Feel free to start chiming away. Albin, if he's in there, I'll ask to see if he can take a look. I haven't seen Albin's name there in the chat yet,
I don't think so.
Uh-oh. If Albin's not there, if anybody else, we've got a Star Drew. Perhaps keep an eye on the votes. Yeah, keep a tally on those votes.
Please.
In the meantime, though, we always like to do a little box office look back on somebody that's going to be in one of the films coming up this weekend. I went with Anthony Hopkins. It was a little tough to find somebody that I could find a little box office history for, but I went with Anthony Hopkins. Everybody, he's in Collide. So I thought his little top 5 look back there. Coming in at number 5 for him is Noah from Paramount Pictures, the good old Russell Crowe film that came out there in 2014. That opened up with $43 million. I did not see that film.
Oh, hold on. The only musical. Oh, I'm missing the sentence above it.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so, sorry.
Oh, no, did you see Noah?
I did not.
Neil, did you see Noah?
I did not.
Yeah, so I've heard it's okay, but I still wouldn't mind checking it out. Number 4 for Mr. Anthony Hopkins, or Sir Anthony Hopkins. Sorry, he's royalty. Mm-hmm. Mission Impossible 2. Back in 2000, $57.8 million. Mm-hmm. I feel like he was kind of like one and done with that Mission Impossible, because I don't think he's still in it, is he?
No.
Yeah.
I don't think. I think it's the one. Yeah.
Oh yeah, because now it's Alec Baldwin. It's kind of like his guy. Coming in at number 3, Hannibal, 2001 from MGM, $58 million. That was, I don't know, that was okay. I don't know. Because that was where because that's what Julianne Moore takes over.
Yeah, I think I liked
Jodie
it.
Foster, and then you get to see Ray Liotta's brain. There's the top of his head sliced off, and he can play with his brain.
Yes.
Oh,
remember I liked it.
Yeah, but then it made it just like seem really weird and creepy. Like at the end, they like pretty much like go off together.
Yes.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
I don't remember. Chat room, we have both. Starfire says no, it's horrible. Sky Patterson says I saw no, it's okay.
Well,
all right.
There you go. So far we got a horrible and an okay.
Everybody, why were you guys talking about Sweeney Todd?
Musicals, perhaps.
Yeah. I like the movie Sweeney Todd, but I've also seen the play twice, and I like both versions of the play and the movie. Only thing is, I think they did a horrible job on their marketing campaign. I mean, it's good and bad, because they didn't advertise it as a musical. So I remember when I saw it in the theater, as soon as the first song came on, people were like, this is a musical, and like got up and left.
No,
Yeah.
He would leave? Really? No, this is not for me.
They're like, oh, it's a musical. Oh, no. And I'm like, really? Okay. But I liked it, and someone's like, Tim Burton's not doing much for them. But I liked it. Big Eyes. I saw it recently, and I didn't quite realize that was a Tim Burton movie.
That's true. It's a little change of pace for him. Yeah, for sure.
But you can kind of see the style when there's some other parts later. But I enjoyed that movie. That was good.
I feel like it probably has more similarities to like Big Fish. I would think about that, where it's not quite.
Yeah,
it's like
it's more like, actually, it's even more real than that, because it's
based on a true story.
Yeah, there's only the parts where it's like the kind of when things start going crazy that you see weird stuff. But
so you get those little Tim Burton touches in there.
Yes.
Coming in at number 2 for Sir Anthony Hopkins there, Thor. From back when it was Paramount before it went over to Disney. Back in 2011, $65.7 million. He makes a fine Odin. Yeah. I don't know, like, I feel like I don't know who else you could get that would probably have that kind of gravitas that you need for Odin.
Because you need somebody to keep it grounded, make it real, because it's so fantastical.
Yeah, it's I'm really jazzed for Thor Ragnarok. I think that'll probably by far be my favorite Thor of all of them.
I'm right there with you, buddy.
Okay.
Yes.
It might be my favorite Marvel movie if it's looking like the way it's looking right now with Hulk and a gladiator.
That's
Do they have all the
armor
trailers
and
out for it
fighting
so
each
far?
other.
not yet.
Are you just seeing concept images?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
it's stuff that's been reported on and
Okay.
sort of like rumor confirmation and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
I am so jazzed for that. Actually, all I want from this Hulk is I want to have Hulk be able to speak in sentences and not just kind of grunt and growl.
But isn't the Hulk normally not?
It depends on the which iteration of the Hulk that you want. And for people, their mileage varies on which Hulk they like.
Yeah.
For me, I like the one that actually can talk.
Yeah.
And not like the Hulk smash. I don't like that. I like the one where he's kind of like more either like the smart Hulk, where he's kind of like the when you merge all his personalities, or like more like the Joe Fixit kind of gray one, where you can kind of like see like the cunning side of him, more shrewd and devious. And I like those versions of the Hulk. So I kind of rather than just like me angry, Hulk hangry. Like, I don't need that.
Like yawn, whatever.
Yeah.
We've already seen it, so.
Yeah, I want to see it. So please, I just want to give Mark Ruffalo something else to do with the character too, as well, so he can also act as the Hulk.
He likes it, no lines, Just kidding. Mark Ruffalo's a good actor, so.
Puny God.
The way I've seen it recently is the longer Banner can go being the Hulk without exposure to gamma radiation, the better his speech and communication skills become.
Oh, nice.
And the better he can like hold on to his like higher higher brain functions.
Oh, that's cool.
And so then if he gets exposed to gamma, then he just reverts back to being a dumb beating Hulk. And I think they actually had that where Human Torch and the Thing had to fight him in Vegas because of something like that. Someone sent off a gamma bomb, said the Hulk would destroy Vegas, and it was like a whole thing.
Man, you always got to watch out for that gamma stuff, guys. You got to watch out for gamma. Look at it. And finally, for Sir Anthony Hopkins, at number 1, Thor: The Dark World, back in 2013 from Buena Vista, went over to Disney, $85.7 million. Yeah.
I think it was all right.
Yeah.
I know I saw both the Thor. There's only 2, right?
Yes, there's only the 2.
It's like, yes, I saw both of them.
I feel like Natalie Portman, maybe not the best choice for Jane Foster. Didn't really trip my trigger on that. And I feel like even her heart in the second one wasn't really like. So she's like, "Oh, I got to do this one."
You will not see me, but I was an extra in Thor 2.
Get out of
at
town.
the funeral scene, like when there's like a body going down a river.
Oh, really?
Yes.
For their mother, right?
Yep.
For what's her
Gosh, spoilers. No, I'm just kidding. It's been out long enough, guys. But yeah, the funeral for the mom. Yeah, I got.
So you dressed up in Asgardian? Mm-hmm. Oh, that's cool.
I was an Asgardian. It was fun.
Very nice. So you can you find yourself in the film?
No, it's like a giant crowd. Absolutely not.
Oh, but still, that's cool.
That one, and then Iron Man 2, and the pilot for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
And how'd you
I feel I did some other superhero one too.
Man,
I was like, I've done these superheroes. Central casting.
That's awesome. Very cool.
Yeah, it's fun.
And if anybody's watching, it's Verizon? No, wait.
Yeah, you gotta like pause. So yeah, I posted on my Instagram, but I'll put it on my Twitter too. There's the Verizon Unlimited commercial going around. I'm like, oh, there I am, but you'd have to know exactly where to look.
Look at that. If you see the one with Thomas Middleditch talking right there in like downtown LA.
Yeah. He was pretty funny.
Yeah.
So I don't watch Silicon Valley. I haven't seen it. So but someone said that's where he's from. I'm like, oh, okay. And like the gags he would do were pretty amusing.
Did he do a lot of improv there on set?
Oh, a little bit, yeah.
Oh.
There were some.
All right.
Like they had the main like bits that they wanted, and they did a lot of options too.
And you had to
Behind the scenes, guys. What?
But like you guys just nobody laughs, so you're all just staring at him.
Well, that's kind of part of the joke.
Yeah. They're
Yeah.
all just staring at
That
him.
we're all just like, okay. Because the gag is like he keeps having microphones, or there's other ones where he drops it and he gets interrupted, or there's ones where like there's spoilers. There's like somebody who gives them the microphone back or something like that, or people ask questions.
Oh, spoilers for this commercial,
For
guys.
commercials, guys. Oh my goodness.
Very sensitive about these spoilers.
And I've heard a lot of good stuff about Silicon Valley. But yeah, if you see that Verizon commercial where he's like, truly unlimited, that crowd of people, if you go on my Instagram account, you'll see the picture. And I circled my head.
That's right.
Because otherwise I'm like, you would have no idea where to look. But I'll put it on my Twitter too. So if you guys
check it out. Look at that. Kari Lane blowing up all over.
It came around. It was like a week turnaround.
Really?
I was
that
like,
fast?
yeah, it was so fast. Because I remember working on it like on a Monday, Tuesday, and like by the following week it was up. And I'm like, we did that last week. That was fast.
Look at you.
Yeah. I'm saying I didn't do it. I was just there, man. But
all right,
anyway.
so folks, again, the box office bet. We've got Collide, Get Out, and Rock Dog. So keep voting away in the chat about which film you want us to do the box office bet on. In the
hurry up and
meantime,
get up
though,
on it, guys. I don't think I've seen any of you voting yet.
Oh, man.
Get
Come
on
on,
it.
folks.
Yes, in the meantime.
yeah, we will do our top 5 for next week. So, of course, we've got Collide, Get Out, Rock Dog. Do you think any of those or all of them will take over parts of the top 5?
Totally random thing. A couple of you on the chat have mentioned Death of Superman Lives. I know someone named John Schnepp who did a really cool documentary about the Death of Superman Lives. So if you guys are interested in that, check out. There's a documentary on it. I bet if you just look up The Death of Superman Lives,
Yeah, I've
you'll
got the
find
Blu-ray,
and just
but I
type
haven't
in
watched
like
it yet.
documentary. But yeah, I know them. They're cool people.
Oh, check you out. Kari Lane's
Conventions, man. They're conventions.
She's moving in all these cool social circles, you know? I'm just here, guys. I'm just here talking to you on this microphone.
Yeah,
That's
there
all
we
I
go. Oh, good. Glad somebody loved the documentary.
do. All right.
Cool.
All right, so here we go. We've got Collide is on 2,000 screens, Get Out 2,700, and Rock Dog 2,050 screens.
Okay.
What do you think?
The question is, I don't think Rock Dog will beat out Lego Batman. No.
No way.
Though
I do not predict Rock Dog getting in the top 5. I just don't think it's.
I don't think it's a lot of power. I don't know. You guys are all having your own chat in the chat room right now. I'm like, I don't know what you guys are talking about. Yes, there you go, John Schnipp. But if Lego Batman was at 34 and dropped 50%, it only dropped 35% though from week 1 to this, right? So that's not bad. I really have no idea what my top 5 is yet, so I'm talking out my thought process, guys.
I'm still thinking maybe Lego Batman 1, Get Out 2.
Okay.
I'm gonna put. Oh, man, 50 Shades Darker. No way. I don't want this. I think Great Wall's gonna have a bit of a dip, so I'm gonna say Lego Batman, Get Out. 50 Shades. Man, it's still holding so much time. I'll have to go 50 Shades 3. I'm gonna say Collide 4, and John Wick 5.
Wait, what was your 3? Oh, Great Wall.
Yeah, I think Great Wall is gonna fall out.
Oh, then what was 3?
So Lego Batman 50 Shades Darker, or Lego Batman Get Out 50 Shades Darker, John Wick 2, and then Collide, and then John Wick 2.
Just to be different and similar.
All right.
Lego Batman, Get Out, 50 Shades. Collide and Great Wall. I don't want John Wick to drop out of top 5. But
No way, it's not. Oh, you're thinking it. Kari Lane.
it'll be my honorable mention. I'll be like, just kidding. I picked it too. Yeah.
Neil,
we'll
do you have
say
any
that.
thoughts?
All right.
Interestingly enough, mine and Kari's are identical.
Man,
Yay!
What's with the ill wishing on John Wick Chapter 2,
No,
guys?
it's-
I'm not
no,
wishing it ill.
yeah.
I'm not wishing it ill. I just think that, the first one did what? 15 million in its first weekend. This one just did 15 million. I think it's about time that these new movies kick it up.
It might be.
Wow,
Was
how
it a
rude.
movie too that maybe did better? It did better after it already been out. So this one also might be a slow burn of people. The fans, we all saw it already, and then it's gonna be other people later who are like, "Oh yeah, that action movie thing," and you're like, "You should have seen it already." But
You should have got it together, guys.
and Metal Monkey. Oh God, I hope 50 Shades is off top 5 this week. Yep. Sky Patterson says Lego Batman, Get Out, 50 Shades, Collide, and then John Wick.
All right, look at that, Sky. We are one in the same.
I think we have to vote on Get Out.
I'm not complaining about that.
But we both did number 2, so.
Yes. So yes, and Neil chimed in with Get Out as well. So ladies and gentlemen, Jordan Peele directing there. It's got Catherine Keener. It's got Bradley Whitford. It's going to be a really cool movie here. Nice, good kind of creepy horror kind of suspense film. 2,700 theaters. Ladies and gentlemen, let's figure out what we think Get Out will do at the box office. Oh my. Here we go. If I'm thinking. Ooh, all right. I'm gonna go. All right. Okay.
Jamie says Lego Batman, 50 Shades, Get Out, John Wick, and Great Wall.
Yeah,
all right.
All right. You have your number, Kari?
Yeah.
Neil, do you have your number?
Yes, I do.
All right. I have mine as well. All right. I went 22 million.
20.
Up. Neil?
25.
Ooh, all right. I like Neil swinging for the fences. I admire your bravado, sir.
I do too.
Almost thought for a moment of going higher, and I was like,
No,
held back.
I did lower, if only because Lego Batman dropping down and then where that would fall in for 2. But we're really close.
Yes. Oh, man.
So what happens if it's 21?
Right on the straight up money that I get. We're both seeing it then. That's which I do want to see it
That's true.
anyway.
If it was a little more, yeah, okay.
Yes.
But
I feel like it's a movie I'm excited to see anyway.
Okay. Hugh in the chat goes, nope, Get Out will do below 15 million.
Really?
All right.
That's the lock. Oh, man. Hugh, he's putting that as his lock of the week.
Sky Patterson says to Get Out is a dark horror comedy. I thought it was more of just a, like, horror thriller, not necessarily. It might have funny parts.
There, as my friends were saying, there are comedic moments in there to kind of break the tension. Yeah. They just kind of winds you up, and then gives you a nice little comedic kind of release valve for a moment to kind of like,
I don't know if it gives it away, but is it meant to? Did your friend say it's kind of like a heightened reality world? Like is it meant to be our regular world or a slightly altered?
I did not ask them that question.
Okay.
So I can't speak to that.
Okay.
But I get the vibe that it's like our world.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ish.
But
that's what makes it weirder or not. Like if it's our world and this behavior happens in it, it's creepier. But if you make it like an altered world, it's creepy because it's normalized. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
no, this is
you could go either.
I think it's our world, so it seems more creepy.
Okay.
So
Jamie in chat says 25. Sky Patterson says 22, 25. Hey, no.
Wow,
you can't.
Sky.
No range allowed. We
What's
picked
that?
a number. You can't do that.
I think it's going to do like anywhere
Courtney
from $1
says
to $100 million,
23.
guys. That's my bet.
What, say it again?
1 to 100 million. I feel like,
Right? If you guys are allowed to do that, then we are too. Then nobody ever loses.
I don't know, Frank. That's a pretty risky bet you're taking there.
I'm willing to go out on that limb, guys. Just you guys should be as brave as me. That's all I'm saying.
Apparently, also, there was a lot of new trailers that I'm like, oh, I don't know those that people are bringing up. House, a Wizard of Oz something, which we should know this.
Yes.
Guys, we're on the Emerald City show, and I'm like,
That's
wait,
right.
there's a Wizard of Oz something? Media Shocks is 22.5.
All right. Media Shack, I like where your head's at, buddy. He was joined the party a little late, but we're glad to have you here, Media Shack. So regardless of your internet connection there, happy to have you.
Yeah, I'm a little behind on my trailers. But thanks for letting us know about trailers.
Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get ready to start wrapping up. Oh, Hugh Hoyland, it happens on Earth 2. Very nice comic book reference there. Thank you, Hugh. That's going to do it for this episode of Box Office Breakdown. But, folks, the fun doesn't stop here. You know what? You can like us on Facebook. Give us those 5 stars on iTunes. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Thanks, everybody, for hopping in the chat. And you don't have to just continue your thoughts here in the chat. You can also just leave them right there on the chat on the comments board.
And give the video a thumbs up on YouTube.
Just do that.
That's another great thing y'all do.
Great. Yes, absolutely. And if you want to continue the conversation, you want to praise us or mock us or ridicule us about our box office bets, you can follow us on Twitter and touch base with us there. Kari, where can they find you?
Yes, you guys can find me online on Twitter and Instagram at Kari D Lane. That's Karidlane, and Facebook at Kari Lane Actor.
And you can follow me on Twitter at HappyGoJackie, as well as Instagram. If you like looking at pictures of the food that I'm eating, why not look at me on Instagram?
I did
Lord.
food stuff too, though.
Oh, yes, that's right.
Yes.
So look at that. You can
But
look
do
at
you
both our
talk
foods.
about like what you put in? Did you make it, or was what you bought?
It's what I go.
you
I go
bought-
to
okay.
places. I don't make my food.
But
I
at
go
least
to
you tell
places.
people where to go.
Yes.
Here's the place.
That's
go
right.
Here.
Yes, I don't want to just keep it to myself. I want to share the love. That's right.
And you don't bring this food here.
No, it's so, folks. We'll see you again. Before we say goodbye, Neil, thank you so much as always for making it sound awesome and for your
Yes.
insights as well. And we'll see you back here next Sunday night. Another episode of Box Office Breakdown. Have a
See
good week.
ya.
Eat
Bye.
popcorn. Eat it so good.
From producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire Popcorn Talk Network, we would like to thank you for tuning in. For questions or comments, be sure to visit popcorntalk.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of the Popcorn Talk Network.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of the Popcorn Talk Network or its owners or principals.